All right, that was a good win by our guys. I thought they did a heck of a job coming out of what we did last week. That was a tough loss, and to come in this week, man, mentally locked in, ready to roll, right mindset. It was a back and forth game, but I thought all three phases we complemented each other and really came out, to finish this season off the right way and get a win. And now we've done all we can do to this point as far as now we wait and see what happens, but we got an opportunity to get the two depending on these games after us. So I was really, really proud of the guys, really proud of them.
What does it say about this team and that you guys took the entire season without losing back-to-back games?
We bounced back. And that's I feel like that's one of our qualities. That's one of the things about us that I think makes this group special is it is a resilient group. They're able to overcome adversity, snap back, and they've done that again. You got to have the right players. We got the right players and the right coaches.
Any early indication on Samson?
No, the best way I can put it is it's not as bad as it looked, but it's not good news. So it's kind of in this. We'll know more tomorrow, but I know it looked awful. It's not as bad as that, but it doesn't mean that it looks good in the immediate here, to have him for a game. But so and really kind of I think Leafs kind of in the same, kind of in that same little world there a little bit.
With that in mind, I think I know.
We'll come to you next.
With that in mind, I think I know the answer, but do you have any second thoughts about playing guys or something like that?
No, I mean, you don't want guys to get hurt. I mean, that's I said a prayer last night. I do it every time for these games for our guys. You don't want anybody to get hurt, especially a game like this. But there again, we have two tight ends, and we use Skip. And so we tried to limit what we could, and that happened to be a play. It happened, And then Leaf, it's kind of the same thing. Try to take care of Saint there towards the end. Well, they get Leaf in the game a little more, and then Leaf gets hurt. So it's a tough deal. It's tough. And I know this, you're really kind of either all in or all out. And we were going. We needed to do that. And we already have a number of guys on the inactive that are injured. So you can only bring so many guys and play them. But, I would say all in all, we got out of it pretty good. No, I think he's good. I mean, he may get something, but I think he's okay. No, I think he's good. I know something he came off with it, and they put another brace on it. But as far as I know, he's good. That wasn't somebody that those guys brought up to me, so we should be good. Oh, I'm sorry.
Just the topic of the injuries as well, the playing guys. I mean, obviously, you talked to Ben Johnson as well throughout the week. He was saying you guys hadn't been in this type of situation. You had to weigh that risk of playing guys.
Yeah.
Guys. I guess, was this a learning experience for you as well? Just learning?
Well, I've been through it. I've been through it as a player and as a coach, on different staffs. And we've been through we sit some guys, we've been through, man, we got to go. And, I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. You do the best you can with what you have on the roster and who's hurt, who's not, who needs a rest, if you really wanted to come in and, there's a number of guys you could have said, man, we need to sit this guy, and then you don't have enough playing anymore. And then you put another stress on some guys that help you on special teams that are dynamic players or whatever. And so we did the best we could with it. And, you memory bank those, and it won't always be this way. Nothing says next year we're in the same, everything's the same, and there may be a whole different set of circumstances, and you do sit a bunch of guys. But
On Skipper, I know you mentioned using him more. Just wondering your thoughts on the way the crowd reacted to him all day.
Oh, I thought it was great, man. Everybody loves Skip, right? That he reported, he was loud. I thought he was very clear on what he did. And he got a ball out in the flat, thought he tucked it away, ran up the sideline. So it was great. And look, let me say this, Brad Rogers, the head official here, he worked our camp this year. He's done a great job, and he was great. I thought he handled everything really well, because that's not easy to come in after what happened in Dallas, and you're going to be the guy at our game, and he's a pro, and he has been. He was great with communication, so anyway, everything was great. But, yeah, I thought it was, for the crowd to get up for Skip, that was good. Well, actually, we didn't put that in for the crowd. That was, we knew we were going to need him, and he could possibly go there, and it went to him. So.
Dan, while we're on reporting, real quick, on the Laporta touchdown, did Skipper report as eligible?
On Laporta's touchdown.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it wasn't announced and it's not in the box score, so I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Are you blaming me, or are you just asking me? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he would been eligible tight end on that play.
Dan, you mentioned the ability to bounce back and not having back one. Does that extend or apply also to injuries if you have key contributors like St. Andrew believe that aren't able to play?
Yeah, because we've done that all year. And it really, I feel like we've done that for 2 years now. We had a ton of injuries last year, and we've already had some injuries this year. Now, nothing long-term significant, but, hell, we lost Ducey early in the year. And so I think that's just part of our mindset. You don't want to lose guys, but when you go in with a mentality, especially after the first year here in 21, where we just got ravaged, and you're like, okay, look, you can go one way or another. You can either say, woe is me, or this is the world you're in, and what are you going to do about it? And so I think we do a good job of, we make sure our young guys get a ton of practice reps, good on good. We try to develop them the best we can, and each and every one of those guys know you're one play away from playing for us, like playing, legitimately playing. And so you better be on your stuff. So we'll be ready. If you can't go, we'll have the answer, and we've got plenty at our disposal to be able to move the football if that's the case.
Dan, can you talk about the late game mindset when you can take a knee to win, but there's also an opportunity to get something there special for a player with Reynolds, maybe hit an incentive? What goes into your thought process there?
I felt like we needed to do everything we could to get that player. When that player does all the dirty work he does for us, all the stuff in the run game, all the blocking, all the unselfish play, then we're going to do whatever it takes to get him something that he's got. And that's the mindset. That's all.
Circling back on win number 12 for you guys. You guys are one of the few franchises where every time you're doing something, first time since 90, first time since this, but to get 12 victories in the season and match the regular season franchise record, what does that mean for you?
Well, it's a good feeling. That's, be able to get 12 wins. That's significant, and that's a credit to our players and our coaches, man. All the hard work that's been put in, everybody's gunning for you, and you just keep going out and knocking them off. So it says a lot, And to me, more than anything, after what we just got through today and what we did, it tells me we're ready for what's next. This team is ready. It's ready. Now, we'll find out the opponent. I'll have these guys ready to go by how we practice. We'll put in a good game plan. But as far as to get to this point, this team's ready. They've been through it all. And they're battle-tested. They're scarred to perfection. And we will be ready.
Talk about a couple more questions. Team being hot going into the playoffs. So what about individual players too? When you look at Aiden, 5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss the last 2 weeks. He's coming here going to the playoffs. How much does that excite you and Glenn, you guys?
Yeah.
That he's playing at his level right at the right time.
Yeah, sure. That's a good thing. We're getting to the quarterback. We've been getting to him now for 3 or 4 weeks. But he is. His game is. But I just bring it up. He's a guy who he's relentless, but he works his craft, right? He's got a quick first step. He's an explosive athlete, but then he constantly is working his hands and his body and his lean and his torque and he just every day he gets a little bit better at something. And here we go now. We just we got to week 18 and now he continues to improve. He continues to develop. So that's a credit to him now. But a number of guys, I think Saints playing some of the best football you're going to find right now, too, on the offensive side.
You mentioned which going into next week, this week coming up here now.
Do you change things emotionally because it's playoffs?
Or at the point to try to remain just like it's another game? And what do you draw upon as a head coach? Because as a head coach, this is the first time you're doing it.
Yeah, well, just my own experiences through both, player and being with Sean in New Orleans. But I do know this, man, the teams that just – you're not going to have to worry about players getting up for the playoffs and the intensity level. It'll be there. But it's just staying true to the formula and what you do and the way you prepare. And as long as you handle that, it's when what happens is now all the horses are out there and you just want to break away. And if you start doing something, you're dying to go make a play and you start pressing too much, then it puts a strain on somebody else around you. And that's when a lot of times when you get in these environments in the tournament, that's what can cost you. So just one more time, you just worry about your responsibility. Your plays will come. Play within the system. And the other thing is pressure. Pressure, people will crack under pressure. I feel like this team's been put under an enormous amount of pressure, and we've risen to the challenge. So I feel like they're ready for that. Those two things you always have to be mindful of, in my opinion.
You mentioned ABC a couple minutes ago. Just what did you think of the safety rotation at first glance, and what did it mean to him to get that one at the end? Just
Yeah.
based off what to do.
Well, I thought it went well. I thought all three of those guys, worked well together, communicated well, and it was good to see him get one. I was over there yelling. I said, man, we need our takeaway. Where's our takeaway? And he gets it, and he's running over the ball. And I was like, okay, I'll take it, and then I give it back to you. But he got it. And then right before Branch is running off, because he told me he would get one. He didn't. Ducey got it. So then he's apologizing to me. So, okay. But it was good. It's good to get him back involved. He's a football-playing dude. And, he's a productive player who can play at a high level. So we're getting him and Mac back at the right time, the perfect time.
All right, thank you guys. Locker room ovation.
I don't know. I do not know that one.